Hello, everyone, and I'm going to open up today with a little story. So, I have a picture on the screen, and the picture is actually of my house. So, if you wanted to drive up to my house to visit, you would come down the road, like where my mouse is, and then there's a stop sign about here. So, if you stop and you don't turn, you come straight into our driveway. But if you want to turn, and go down the road, you stop at the stop sign, you turn this way, and then you'll notice along the side of that our house is where the other part of the road is. So again, I said if you stop at the stop sign and go straight, you'll go right into our driveway. Well, in the year 2000, November of 1999, we were all sleeping and I had two little kids at that time. And all of a sudden, in the middle of the night, there was this great big boom at our house. And my husband and I went running out to try to figure out what had happened. And a car had run into our house. And it had come right here. You can see the broken curb area. There used to be a tree here, but that got knocked down. And it ran into our house, hitting our area right here. And what had happened was some teenagers were out driving late at night, early in the morning, 2 in the morning, and the police had started to chase them, and they were going too fast, and they missed the curb or the curve and ran up into the curb, hit the curb, went into our house area, and stopped there. Now, there were some injuries. Both the airbags went out and went deployed, and the driver uh, got out and started running, and he was injured, and the passenger actually went through the windshield. He was injured, but of course, since they were trying to escape the police, they went running. This didn't used to be our porch. We used to have this big brick planter, and that's what stopped the car from going into our house. Well, after that happened, the next summer we went to grow grass, and all the grass here was dead. And so we dug up the grass, we dug up the dirt, we put in fresh dirt and tried to grow grass, and it wouldn't. And we tried again the next summer and it wouldn't. So then the next summer we dug down even further and we put in sod, and it all died. Because you see, when that car hit our porch, all of its fluids dropped right there, its antifreeze and things from the engine of the car, and seeped down into our ground. Okay, this picture was taken in about 2011, and you'll notice we still couldn't grow grass there. It's now 2020, and we still have a rock garden there instead of grass, because 20 years ago, when that car hit our area and dumped its chemicals and fluids into the ground, it still hasn't recovered, no matter how far we dug down, no matter how much we tried to replenish the soil. Well, this story actually has something to do with this worksheet, and it's the Punic Wars. So your job was to read about these three Punic Wars and to write down the who, what, where, why, and what the result was. So the first Punic War, who was it? It was between Carthage and Rome. When? In 2000 or in 264 BC. Where was it? It was on the island of Sicily. And why were they fighting? Because both Rome and Carthage wanted Sicily. If I take a look at our map, here's Carthage, here's Rome, and right here is Sicily. See how it's area that they would both want? So they fought, and Carthage's strong navy first defeated Rome, but then Rome responded by building a stronger navy. We know those Romans are tough. And then they defeated Carthage and they took control of that island, plus 2 more islands. The other islands are these islands. So the result was they got Sicily, plus they got this much more. So about 50 years later, who? Carthaginian general named Hannibal. So we're back to Carthage and Rome, but this time we're going to hear about Hannibal. And when? In 218 BC. Where? Hey, they decided to attack Rome's allies in southern Spain. So they went here and they attacked Rome's allies. And then Hannibal did a strange thing. Instead of going here and just going directly over, he was already in Spain. So he decided to continue marching on this way, came down this way to attack. But the problem was right up here are the Alps mountains, which are very rugged and the climate is very harsh. So Hannibal crossed with soldiers, thousands and thousands of them, and war elephants. But it was such a hard journey that he lost most of his war elephants and many of his soldiers. However, when he arrived in Italy, he still had a strong enough fighting force to defeat the Roman army. So that should have ended it. But then Rome sent a general over to Carthage to fight. So Hannibal had to zip home and try to fight the general Scipio. And Scipio defeated Hannibal at the Battle of Zama. Now we go to the Third Punic War. It's about 100 years after the first one, and Rome was done. They said, we are sick of these wars. So it says they laid siege to Carthage. Who was involved? Rome and Carthage. Where? In Carthage. When? In 149 BC. And why did they go there? They wanted to ruin Carthage. So they burnt down the city, they destroyed all of the buildings, they sold the survivors as slaves. And then remember my story? Then what they did, they put salt in all of the cropland around Carthage. So if people tried to build a city back up, they couldn't do it because the land was ruined. So Carthage ceased to exist. It was no longer, and it became part of Rome. The final piece in this is not actually the Punic Wars, but they're the Macedonian Wars, which were fought between Rome and Philip of Macedonia. Macedonia is this area above Greece. And after 2 wars, Philip was defeated when in 197, and Macedonia became a Roman province. So now, if we take a look at the map, Rome has started to grow and grow and grow. Its territory now includes all of Italy, all of Sicily, Corsica, Sardinia, Northern Africa, Spain, Gaul, now over into Macedonia, Greece, and soon it's going to go even farther.